I would like to call the May 10th regular meeting to order at 7:02, and if we could please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You know, we have a full room today, so we will be doing the Cave Leadership Awards. I will turn back to you, Donna.
Would you like me to do the art first?
You know what? Let's go ahead and recognize our art students because we do have new May artwork in here.
Oh.
And I don't believe that we ever read through the list of our April ones, so we could do April and then the ones that are on here now.
So it's my pleasure this evening, as you know, the sixth floor here in the Hicks building, which is kind of like a Harry Potter building, because it doesn't seem like there would be 6 floors, but there is. And if you come to the top of the 6th floor, you will see that we have artwork displayed, some of our awesome artists from all the grades in the school system. And so last month we did have a canceled meeting, so we weren't able to honor those artists officially in the meeting, although the art was up and many people did come to see it. And it was amazing. And during the meetings, they also get to see it as well. So what I wanted to do is just list the names or read off the names of the young adults who contributed to the wonderful art display here in April, and then let you know what's up there for this month in May. So for April, the artists, the contributors are Charles Brunson, Nicholas Buccaneer, Landon Clements, Macy Dross, Jackson Dumas, Connor Field, Charlie Forrest, Ciener Gonzalez Alvarez, Thomas Poole, Harper Huff, Madeline Hurlbut, Summer Mason, Sebastian Monick, Charlotte Morse, Sophia Pekida, Logan Paulson, Anthony Penta, Mackenzie Philbin, Mason Rose, Brooklyn Stanley, Malachi Stevenson, Lucy Vanderpool, and Jacqueline Zhang. Those are our wonderful artists that helped us here in May or April. Helped everybody have some great artistic experiences. Congratulations, guys. Fantastic job. Everybody loved it. As they say in the art world, loved it, right? All right, so the displays for this month, Tolland Middle School. One of them is called Oaken. It's a relief painting by Lauren Rye. Another one is Mad Scientist Lab. It's a perspective room by Andrew Johnson. Another one is Cupcake Factory, also a perspective room by Kelsey Fury. Another, Fire Station by Michaela Bolas. Another is a relief painting by Eva Penta. There's another called Paper Quilling by Noah Freites. Japanese fan embellishment with Kaman symbol by Emma Royce. The Japanese fan embellishment symbol 2 by Isabella Foley. The Chinese dragon painting is Raymond Fettig. The Chinese dragon painting 2 is Merritt Elise Durilli. The mannequin value study drawing is Luca de Lewis. The international name design is Megan Collins. The international name design 2 is Aiden Hampton. International name design 3 is Tatiana Lines. The paper quilling, another paper quilling, is by Reese Hampton. Paper quilling 2, Kaylee Van Gruskus. Styrofoam block print, Ryan Cofrancesco. Styrofoam block print 2, Victoria Rosea. Linoleum block print by Braden Fortier. Japanese fan embellishment with Kaman symbol is Lindsay Levesque. Mannequin value drawing 2 is Piper Booten. And mannequin value study drawing is Maya Godi. Pipe drawing value study is Trent Penta. Pipe drawing value study, another is Kayla Wine. International name design is Nadia Ali. And I think that wraps it up. So you can see that, you know, there's some amazing art here. It is on the 6th floor of the Hicks building. Anyone is welcome to come up and view it. And it is kind of like a museum up here. So it's very exciting. Bring some tea, coffee, enjoy yourselves. Congratulations to the kids. You did a fantastic job. Great job. Yeah. Oh, someone waiting? Gotcha. Thank you.
All these things.
Air traffic
Many
control.
hats, the sorting hat,
Why I
you don't
look
know
the way I
where
look.
to put you.
Shuffled in a little nuts. All right. Okay, now, one of the most exciting parts of our evening, the artwork was amazing, and now we are able and get to acknowledge our CAVE Student Leadership Awards. As you know, CAVE is the Connecticut Association of Boards of Education. This board belongs to it, boards throughout the state of Connecticut belong to it. And only 2 students from each school are selected for the CAVE Award. So it is very prestigious. It does take a lot to achieve this award, and we have the great fortune of having the young adults with us tonight that have achieved the award at both TMS and THS. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the award, and fortunately, since I have to read it and jump up and down, I apologize, because I'll be jumping up and down here. I'd rather be standing, you know, waiting and just shaking your hand like graduation. But I'll read this wonderful information we have about you. And then I have a certificate for you, and there's a letter that also speaks to how awesome you are. So now is the time to ask your parents for something you've wanted for a long, long time. And tonight, or before this one. So first, I'd like to let you know who was nominated and who got the award from the Gold Team. So 8th grade Gold Team at Tolland Middle School has nominated and given the award to Asher Vallow. Asher is a natural born leader who campaigned for class office, and he leads class discussions regularly. Students are always looking to Asher for fair and well thought out advice. Asher is a member of the school's band, and he works every day for Ms. Estevez in the library, helping to keep the library running smoothly. She says he's invaluable and runs it better than almost anyone she knows except herself. The library is a sacred place for Asher, as he reads between 5 and 15 books a week. Imagine that, good job. And Asher's work ethic is outstanding. There is no student on the Gold Team who exhibits our SOAR core values better than Asher Vallow. Congratulations.
And please don't leave till everyone gets their awards, and then we'll take some nice pictures.
Yes. And then you'll be forever on Facebook, so 100 years from now. Sophia, Team 8 Blue. Team 8 Blue has awarded the CAVE Award to Sophia Ash. She is a hardworking, extremely conscientious, and positive student who displays leadership in all areas of the classroom. Sophia motivates others to be their best self and works well with all students. She is highly respected among her peers and moves gracefully between peer groups, demonstrating that rare middle school ability to be friends with all. Wow, you conquered middle school? Holy mackerel, we need to hire you. Sophia is an athlete and is part of multiple school and community basketball and soccer teams. She is a leader of her own learning, challenging herself to continue to grow and excel as a student. In the process, she challenges those around her to always do their best as well. Sophia adds a strong, positive voice in a class and to group discussions, willing to share her ideas when others may be hesitant to do so. It has been our absolute delight and privilege to be her teachers this year. Sophia, nice job. Now on to the high school. So we have today with us Maria and Zoe. Maria Hayward. Maria has played varsity soccer throughout all of high school, serving as captain her senior year. Maria is part of the Tolland Business Academy and is also working on a business seminar where she is aiding in the development and implementation of a new business pathways program within our school. She was handpicked by the staff and administration as a peer mentor and also to sit on the faculty committee. Wow, that must be exciting. I'll owe you one for that. Regarding mastery learning diploma assessment. Maria also works part-time at an ice cream shop, something that has instilled even more of a work ethic in her. Congratulations, Maria, you are. And Zoe. So Zoe is a very strong, academically talented and brilliant student who leads by example. She is a member of the World Language and the Health Sciences Clubs. Zoe is also a member of the National Honor Society, as well as Link Crew, where she is a peer mentor to our underclassmen. She is a member of the school tennis team. She is a Girl Scout, and she is a second-degree brown belt in Jukido Jiu-Jitsu. All right, we got it. She was selected this year to participate in the All-State Music Festival as part of the chamber choir. As a senior, she elected to enroll in an English seminar, and her focus is on the process of becoming a natural citizen. Zoe, you are awesome and amazing. Come on up to the record.
If you like to practice, please do so.
So how about a big round of
I was
applause?
gonna say. Amazing, yes, I would love to have them come up here.
Do we have all four of you?
Guys,
We'll take a pic. You can be in front of the amazing.
Yeah.
You get some.
Oh, yeah. Maybe if you guys can stand up there where the town is.
Or even, I don't know if it works out well, guys, if you come in this area too, because that way you guys can fit right in. And why don't you go with the students and I will grab pictures, and I will send them to Jen in the morning.
Squeeze on.
Okay. Hold on, go quick, do it again. Do it again. Yeah, I'm sending that to
That's
Jen.
called grandstanding. That's sucking up the moment. It's making it about me, not you. I'm sorry.
Okay, guys, ready? Yeah, take a couple. Go ahead, parents. Gun in. Keep those smiles going. Good. Yeah, you're good. Thank you. Thank you.
So as this is a recognition of you and not meant to torture you, feel free to now depart. However, yes.
Wow.
I love starting a meeting like that. That's great. That's fantastic.
Have a good evening.
Love it.
everybody. Thank you so much.
And, got a cable award winner with 2 teachers as parents, just saying, 2 talent teachers.
All that, they are all that in a bag of chips.
No, that is awesome. We need to do more of that.
It's great. You could end the meeting.
Yeah.
Table everything.
It stays on a high note.
Okay,
We're all agreed.
Right.
I don't think we're changing anything on the agenda, correct? We have everything where it needs to be. It's good. So approval of minutes, I will entertain a motion to approve the April 24th minutes and then the April 26th minutes together.
Jacob Murray, I move to approve the April 24th and April 26th minutes.
I'll second that.
Okay, any discussion before we vote? So let's go through roll call, because we do have one member online. So Jada?
Aye.
Aye.
Distinct.
You're saying, Floor?
Aye.
Maybe we should have a discussion. Okay, if you are online and you would like to have 2 minutes, please raise your hand. As you know, we'll put a timer up, and when you call, please list your name and your address for the record. You will have 2 minutes to say what you would like to say. Please raise your hand. Seeing none, I will move to enforcement.
Email stating the offer. Meeting requests. Papers we offer songs and take it. Like to participate in summer school. So there, so the rules were for. It's mostly staff. So, some options for things that we have status. High school. So, high school kids. That's students who students who things that so that's what exists. I know. I'm trying to think of what else is happening in this field in books.
Okay, well, at least we can have something for the student. With the marketing class, yes, they have to teachers or something. So at least we have something for the student representative for the. Oh, Ford?
Guys, I don't know if it's just me, but the sound on the owl doesn't seem to be picking up. I can hardly hear, and my video is disabled by the host. Oh, now you can see me. Okay,
Video was me, that was.
but I can't hear you guys at all.
Making sure we're good for security, and I thought that meant you couldn't project video, but apparently it's actually turning video on.
This is how we
So we
learn.
should be good there, but I don't know what the sound would be. I don't know what that's about. Maybe somebody else can tell us. Too, I don't know if it's so, I can't explain it, 'cause the mic is on. It's registering on the,
I can hear now. Just before I couldn't, so hopefully it's better.
So we just went through the student representative report as fast as we can about our student reps. So we can move on to our monthly financial.
okay, monthly financial report. Let me scroll down to that, real quick. Okay, so as you are aware, at the first meeting of every month, we do the monthly financial report. This month, we have a budget balance of last month we had a budget balance of 103,630.55, or 0.25% of the board's adopted budget. I'll go over some of the highlights for April and then follow up with any questions. And as you know, the budget report does come with a one pager that has all the lines, some of the rolled up lines, so you can kind of see how it compares from the previous month to this month. Salaries, code 110, are currently under 432. This amount will go down as the district continues through the remainder of the year. The staff balance here has a lot to do with the district's challenges in hiring this year, but as you also know, the special education expenditures are pretty high. So that's gonna be a kind of balancing factor here. The para positions there's 12 para positions that are still vacant. And so as we're going into next year, we're probably gonna have to be, as we've mentioned before, reclassifying those positions into ABIS or other positions that we know are gonna specifically address the needs that those positions are allocated for. That type of position is generally going to match up with the need a little bit more than the standard para position. So we'll be looking at that. Substitutes, code 120, overbalance, 9K. The line is down from about 20 last month. The subs continue to work in the district. Some are encumbered. We're still having a lot of need for the subs for a variety of reasons, including what I just spoke of before. And so we are, struggling in that way, and it's something we have to keep on to make sure we keep full staff for all the buildings. Although it is better than it was at the beginning of the year and continues to improve, we still are challenged by that. Overtime expenses are under by 52. Stipends are under by 36. The pay to play funds are still in the process of being fully collected. Not everybody is able to complete the payments right away, and so that does tend to lag a bit. It's going to slowly reduce, and you'll see it kind of balance out as it has in the past. Health insurance, severance, employee benefits, 190, 200, 210 are collectively over by 21K. Anticipated admin and TEA severance pay was encumbered prior. Additional severance pay was encumbered through March. And so we're just gonna see that play out also at the end of the year, but currently it looks like it's gonna be over as we get to the end. Newly hired employees, retired employees, drive the FICA, Med, Social Security, Code 220. Newly hired employees and those that retired since the beginning of the year and very much changed the available balances. Currently, it's under 557. Retirement, course reimbursement, and employment, 240, 250, 260 are all collectively under at the moment. Not all course reimbursements have been filed. There's still some people that have said they're gonna put them in. There's been no unemployment claims, for the month. The available balance is 25. Benefits, consultants and workers' comp balances, 273.10 are currently under by 50,000. Let's see, we've covered some. We also paid January 2023 portion of the OPEB valuation report payments. There's no real significant changes here, no radical ones. Professional ed services, 320 is over budget by 114,000. It's an increase of 16,000 from last month. Special ed needs are causing this line to go over budget. The over budget balance is going to continue to increase because these are things that we have to spend out through the end of the year on. Legal audit tech service, 340, 350 are collectively over budget due to a number of activities required of the district right now. All repair, maintenance, custodial supplies, equipment, technical expenses, 420, 430 will continue to be incurred through the year. Currently under budget, maintenance and custodial expenses are typically cyclical, and as we get to the end of the year, a lot of cleanup happens. And we're already starting to do that as we get into the, promotions and graduations. There's a lot of work that has to be done in that area, and that usually costs some money as we're getting things prepared for those things, grounds work and things like that too. Transportation, under budget by 41, positive balance in this account is due to adjusting and closing a few POs during the month of March and April. Bus routes can continue to be adjusted based on needs and enrollment. The overage in transportation is basically doing these special education transports that are needed. Special education tuitions, code 560 are over by 501,000. It's an increase of 17,000 from last month. The balance is going to continue to change, and we're going to continue to see that curve and grow as we get to the end of the year. You know that we did receive our first payment in February of excess costs. We're going to receive another one in May, in this month, as we get further into the month. And that will impact things, but it won't cover these expenses. We expect that to be somewhere in the 200 range. So it's not going to really be able to cover that by itself. Energy expenses, as you know, were transferred to the UISF account beginning of fiscal year 23. Textbooks, we locked that out and froze those types of budgets lines. So we have 42K, and it hasn't been expended at this point for that reason. So that's going to help us out with some of the other budget overages. Instructional supplies, equipment, general supplies, code 600, 610, 690, 730 are collectively over by 40 with an increase of 6 from last month. And that's about it. It rounds it out. But you can kind of see if you look at the full page report, there are a number of areas that that are going over, and there are some areas that are obviously under due to the hiring situation. They're probably going to balance each other out. And that's what we're hoping for, and that's what we're projecting is that we'll come in pretty close this year with the, with the special education needs kind of balancing out for, the staff that we were not able to get in place during the school year. So in a way that helped a bit as we got to the end of this year. And it probably won't be helping much as we get to the end of next year, because, those positions need to be put in place to cover the student needs right now. Subs and others are covering that, as we talked about before. So when we classify those and get people in those jobs, by the end of the year next year, we're not going to have that to turn to. We did this year, which we were fortunate to have. Really, it was the silver lining in all the struggle that the district went through to staff everything. That helped us right now a lot, but again, next year it won't. So we really have to keep an eye on things very early in the year and may end up doing a freeze earlier.
Any board member questions? Seeing none. Let's move on to committee and liaison reports. I can't remember, because last meeting, there was like no one here, so. Policy,
Yes,
update on that.
policy met yesterday. Started out by we've got another meeting, the 24th of this month. And given everything that's been going on, we decided that we were going to dedicate that entire meeting to reviewing some of the policies that specifically center around student security. So Dr. Willard's gonna take a look and find a couple of the ones that really could use some work, and we're going to put those on the budget, the agenda. So the agenda items that we've been tracking and are continuing to work are gonna take a pause for a meeting where we focus on some of those. That being said, we then went in and discussed, there was a need to create a meal charging policy that kind of dictates, how we're gonna operate once the free meal program is gone and some of those type of things. It went well, and I think that one's gonna be on the queue for future agendas. Dr. Willett presented a framework policy on the LGBTQIA+. The intent there was to get something on the table that was a start that we could start looking at and discussing. One thing I wanted to bring up to the board as a whole is, you don't have to wait until it's ready to be published. Future meetings that we absolutely love to have you take a look. It's in the policy committee folder. Feel free to take a look. If you have any thoughts, please kick it to the committee members, or, feel free to come to the next meeting. And then it was just a matter of timing. We went over the flexibility that I know the board already went over. So because of our delay, we ended up seeing it after, but we did that real quick. Thank you.
Actually, the mental health task force did meet. Just a note up on the timing of that. So the task force is kind of nearing, it looks like probably the end of its mission, and it's looking towards converting itself into a commission. Timeline for that is still several months away. But at this point, it's meeting more like once every month or so. So it's a little less frequent, so that's why the reports are not as constant. But we did have a short meeting last month, or not last month, sorry. Last week. And main topic is discussing the future, which I mentioned. And I'm blanking, Jen.
Thought last meeting got canceled.
Was it me?
I
I went to a meeting last week, so I remember it. I didn't dream it.
Unless they were canceling.
I have
Maybe
the
they were
minutes for it
canceling.
too.
Oh, future meetings?
Yes, and they canceled two future ones. The next one's like June 5th or something.
I screwed that.
Yeah.
That was not it. I thought it was canceled.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
It was.
So you didn't dream it.
Okay, yes.
You're not losing it. You're not.
Yeah. Text. Where are you?
But anyway, it was fairly light agenda though, mainly talking about the future of the task force. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. The curriculum meet.
Nope, next meeting will be for the second UE meeting this month.
Okay. What about communications? I saw agenda or something.
We did, we met at the end of April. We just reviewed the almost final draft of the letter of the unfunded mandates. Dr. Willett was just gonna add a few touches, and then it was gonna be brought to agenda planning to bring before the board. Perfect, you should see that soon. Okay. Do you want me to do quick PTO?
Sure.
For TEPTO, the spring social, which is like, it's the ice cream social, it's the art show, it's the Scholastic Book Fair. That is, Friday, May 10th. That's a problem. I'm gonna go check that date, at Birch Grove from 5 to 8. I think it's this Friday. The book fair is also open at that time. They're still looking for volunteers, and the sign up link can be found on their Facebook page. They're also looking for a new treasurer next year if anyone is interested. And they hosted their staff appreciation lunch for TIS on 5/5, and the Birch Grove lunch is scheduled for 5/24. TMS is currently in the midst of staff appreciation week, and the PTO has planned lunches and goodies for the staff all this week. Thank you to all that donated. The 8th grade lawn sign pickup is Tuesday, 5/23, and Wednesday, 5/24, from 5 to 6:30 in the TMS parking lot. For boosters, Project Graduation Bottle Drive is Saturday, May 13th, from 9 to 1 p.m. at the high school. Project Graduation is also collecting baby pics of seniors to display at the Safe Grad Party. So please drop off non-returnable pictures with names on the back at the Tolland High School office by Wednesday, 5/25. The annual cornhole tournament is 5/20 from 1:30 to 5:30 on the high school turf field. Team cost is $50 and includes a t-shirt. Registration is open until the 14th, and the link can be found on the Facebook booster page. The senior banner and lawn sign pickup was on the 8th, and completed banners are due by Monday, June 12th.
And there was the graduation night party that they're doing a QR code where you can put money in for tickets, that they're doing like a raffle thing going on, because that, I saw that at the prom night. They had that, a guy giving away a flyer about it, so that's going on as well.
For cornhole.
For the, no, for the graduation night. It was Project Brad, and it was like you say you buy tickets and there's like different prizes that you can, yeah, it was some kind of. I saw that, they had it on the Tolland Green Market too, they had a tent set up for that. So that's going on as well. I didn't hear that one.
And that spring social date, I said that's the book fair at the ice cream social, is Friday, May 19th.
May 19th.
0 instead.
I will say the cornhole tournament only has, I think it's got less than 10 signups so far, less than 10 teams, so sign up.
I just saw a post, the town manager put a team together and is playing the cornhole tournament.
The announcement, so.
And I think there's a QR code for that as well. And there's raffle baskets for that as well. There's a summer fun raffle basket that someone is working on. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Chairperson report, I would just like to follow up on what you were saying for the staff appreciation. I know that, I really want to say thank you to everyone that has donated to our staff, whether it's the nacho day or however, whatever they're doing for our staff, because we obviously need them and they do care about our students. And so I just absolutely love, one of the quotes that always sticks out to me is, it takes a big heart to help shape little minds. And I think that really does put a lot into what our school system does for our students. So thank you to everyone that are in our staffing. Okay, so let's move on to the board action. Let's move to the healthy food certification.
So this is a perennial thing, as we've talked about before. The healthy food certification that basically allows us to get reimbursement. I'm gonna give the short version here. But you've read these before and you have this information from the past. It's also available in the packet. Essentially, if we are in compliance with the healthy food certification and we are willing to accept, considerations 1 and 2, ultimately we are able to then get reimbursements. Last year, I think we got $14,193. It's about 10 cents per lunch if we are part of the program. And at this point, I think you've heard it so many times that just if you have any questions, let me know. But the recommended motion, whether you make it tonight or you want to have a second read, is to allow the superintendent to support and authorize the 2023-2024 healthy food certification and allow for the exemption of food and beverage items, as well as other provisions as indicated in considerations 1 and 2. And 1 and 2 are put in multiple places too.
All right, as you had said, I believe that we've reviewed this multiple times and gone through it. So I will entertain a motion to, he has here, motion to allow the superintendent to support and authorize the 2023-2024 healthy food certification.
Jacob Mari moved to allow the superintendent to support and authorize the 2023-2024 healthy food certification and to allow for the exemption of food and beverage items as well as other provisions as included in considerations 1 and 2.
Tony, hold second.
Is there any other discussion prior to doing the vote?
Quick question.
Yep. Go for it.
So when I did the school tour seminar, we couldn't sell. So I'm reading through this and I've been thinking about this for a couple of days because a few years ago, again, when I was a senior in high school, doing the school store seminar, we couldn't sell food. And so this is a bit confusing to me, I'll just be honest, it's just a bit confusing. And so I'm not really sure where I stand on this right now, because again, I can't tell if it's like the first one sort of contradicts the second one, and so I'm not really sure where I'm at with this.
Well, I believe that when we had walked through this before, by exempting it, that we're allowed to sell during, PTO things, fundraisers,
right.
things of that nature.
You can't sell during the school day. That's basically it. That's the only separation, right?
Yeah, you can't take away from the school day offerings, because again, they don't wanna have Snicker bars taken over for the healthy food, that type of thing.
That makes sense. Thank you.
Any other comments before we visit to a vote? Okay, seeing none, we'll start with you, Tony. Sophia.
Aye.
Jacob.
Aye.
Aye, Jim.
Aye.
Lord.
Aye.
Well, therefore this passes as is. Thank you, everyone. Okay, and let's move to our famous obsolete and surplus equipment.
All right, so obsolete surplus, today it's the Cranberry Cruiser.
No,
You-
no, it's the
euphemistically.
Red Crown Victoria.
Right, euphemistically known as the Cranberry Cruiser. This has been the SRO's transportation method, and also the vehicle through which they would transport individuals and students if needed. The Cranberry Cruiser has seen its final lap, and it is currently inoperative, sitting in the town's lot. We can't bring it back over. So we are going to have the Cranberry Cruiser surplus to the town, and the town is going to help put the Cranberry Cruiser to rest in whatever form that would occur. And it needs so many different things that it is now not cost effective to maintain. Having said that, we did receive from the state police an interceptor. And so now, we're able to acquire an interceptor that was had some very small number of miles on it for such a vehicle. And it is the standard police car that you are used to seeing, as the state police has segued to the Explorer vehicles. They have given up the Tauruses. The Taurus is, souped up Taurus is basically an interceptor. That's what they call them. So it has all the lights, everything pre-installed. The lights alone would be $2,000 or $3,000. This vehicle has 58,000 miles, and it's $5,000 basically. So it was an easy, smart thing to do, and the SRO needed a replacement vehicle. So anyway, the SRO will not be without one. He will have a brand new a relatively new
And new to
interceptor.
us.
New to us interceptor, and the Red Crown Victoria will, find a happy place wherever cars go through the town.
The bills.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we need to surplus that to get it to that point.
Perfect. So I'll entertain this motion if anybody would like to.
Jacob Mari moved to declare the Red Crown Victoria items as obsolete and turn it over to the town in accordance with the Board of Education Policy 3040.
I'll second that, yeah.
Okay, any further discussion from any board members?
So just to clarify, we got the new vehicle for just $5,000. That was it.
That was it, 5,100, I think.
Exactly. A pretty good deal.
It is an extremely good deal.
Yeah.
When you see the vehicle, it's incredible. It's a great vehicle.
And it's just in town use, right? So it's not like the miles are gonna add up quickly.
Right. It was a very good situation for us.
Very cool.
Very good. That's it.
That's it.
Sounds like a really fun and good upgrade. Just saying.
Okay, well,
Cranberry Cruiser or Interceptor, just saying.
well, we have to deal with this Cranberry Cruiser, so if everybody's
Okay.
all set, then
Yeah.
we'll go ahead, Tony. So,
Aye.
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 Lord?
I,
For the Cranberry Cruiser is now the town's. Okay.
God.
This will be there picking it up pretty soon. Okay. Okay, let's move to public participation at this time for our few viewers that we have at home. If you have anything that you would like to say, please raise your hand. List your name and address for the record, and you will be given 2 minutes to state what you would like to about our agenda tonight. And if there are no hands up, I will close out the public participation. Going once, going twice. Okay, at this time, I will entertain a motion to enter into the executive session. And inviting the superintendent and attorney Durant.
This.
Yep.
Okay.
Just invite them.
Jacob Murray, I move, that the board enter into an executive session to discuss an attorney-client communication related to the legal disposition of CHRO case numbers 2240059 and 2240070, Laporte v. Town of Tolland, inviting Dr. Willett and Attorney Dureo to set session.
Second.
Okay, well, any comments or questions, any discussion? Okay, we will do a vote. Let's start with Jaden.
Aye.
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 Lord?
I,
Therefore, we will enter at 7:49, inviting the superintendent and Attorney Dureo. And some information, go ahead, Jen.
I just wanted to build off of what you said in your chair report. And of course, thanks to our wonderful staff. But I also just wanted to give thanks to our PTOs. Our PTOs are really the ones who put on all of these events. They work with the community to get them taken care of. There's a lot of sweat, blood, and dollars that goes into it.
And they take Venmo.
Yeah, personally, and also, thanks to the parents who always, sign up and help. The PTO couldn't do it without the parents, and the community involved with it. So I just wanted to make sure that, that was said, being on the PTO formerly, the staff loves it, and they're so grateful, and they're so kind, and, the kids are excited to see their staff, their teachers rewarded. So, I just wanted to add that. Thank you, PTOs.
Make a quick point. So I went to a team meeting for the state recently. And it was it was a team facilitator meeting. The old evaluation program is called BEST, which is why I slip into that sometimes. But the new evaluation program, the team program, is for all our, young new teachers or teachers coming into the profession or ARC teachers, and the district facilitator, as well as a couple of other roles. And we had this long meeting where we broke out into the breakout rooms. And those of you who have been in Zoom know how fun those breakout rooms are with lots of people. But what was interesting is that they shared their experiences across the state and what's going on. And I just wanted to convey that I feel we're very, very lucky. We have really wonderful and committed staff here. It's a very difficult time, I think, for people in general, but in education, people are transitioning, in many different ways, and districts shared stories of the struggles they've had this year with their staffing and even with people completing the program. And Tolland is doing extremely well. Even though we've had a lot of things we've had to contend with, it's because of the great staff we have, in every position: the nurses, the custodians, the paras, the teachers, the secretaries, the admin. All the groups, have contributed in so many ways to help keep things moving for kids that, we do have a staff appreciation, breakfast on Friday, May 12th. And, during COVID, we couldn't do that, so we did it another way. Now we're back to being able to actually honor them with, that staff appreciation breakfast. So in all buildings, that will be occurring. It's our way of saying, thank you. It's the, way of recognizing all of the staff's hard work. And, just having been able to have the privilege to be a part of that meeting and hear what, gently compare ourselves, in that way. We really just have such an amazing, staff, and we've had such an amazing year because of them that, just a big thank you to them, and to bring the highlight on May 12th, when we'll be doing that as a district overall.
Thank you for doing that, because I think that is important and tied into the PTOs coming in and doing what they did. And that's important for our staff. I think that's awesome. Anything else? Okay. You know what time it is.
Motion to adjourn. Second.
All those in favor, and say aye.
Aye.
Aye.